All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. That was Back in Time from Back to the Future, Huey Lewis in the News.
And everyone who's been listening to the show recently knows that 2.0 has a thing for Back to the Future, which is one of those things. So anyways, thank you very much for joining us once again. This is the Weekly Trending FM Show. We broadcast here at CKMS Sound FM 1.3 the FM dial. Plus, on top of that, you can also hear us through our Rogers Television affiliate, which is 946. Plus, on top of it, you can stop by the station's website, which is www.soundfm.ca to hear us live through the interweb. Plus, on top of it, you can always see us live through our own show's website, which is www.wtfshow.com/live. Well, that being said, as everyone knows, that this is a radio show with video.
What?
And we talk about comic books, we talk about TV, we talk about gaming, and last but not least for this particular evening, we are going to be talking about movie stuff. That'll be kind of cool. Yeah, let's set some movie stuff up, man. So that being said, one of the few things I was preparing for today's show is that The Hobbit, just like a kitty cat, just dropped its new trailer. And people from the get-go are very excited for this. So that being said, you know what? Let's play the trailer, and we'll start talking around that. How does that sound?
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Truly, the tales and songs fall utterly short of your enormity, O Smaug, the Stupendous.
We are the dwarves of Erebor. We have come to reclaim our homeland.
I offer you my help.
How do we know he won't betray us? We don't.
There is no king under the mountain, nor will there ever be.
It will not end here. With every victory, this evil will grow.
Legolas has grown very fond of you. Do not give him hope where there is none.
You have no right to enter that mountain. I have the only right.
We've been blind. In our blindness, our enemy has returned.
I found something in the Goblin tunnels.
What did you find?
My courage.
Good. You'll need it.
Dragonfire and ruin.
That is what you will bring upon us. He cannot see beyond his own desire. I will not risk this quest for the life of one burglar.
His name was Bilbo.
Thief. Where are you? Come now. Don't be shy. Step into the light.
All right.
So, what do we think of that?
Okay.
And also on top of that, everyone can see the link, because before I came on the station today, we posted on the Weekly Trending fan page. You to get to that, just basically have to go to www.wtfshow.com/Facebook, and actually the link is right there. So hopefully people listening at home or through their favorite media devices can actually chime in. But however, I'd like to get your opinion. What do you think of that, man?
Big, flashy, lots of explosions.
Step into the light.
I'm sorry, I played enough Dungeons and Dragons to know where this is going. Beyond that, yeah, it actually looks like it's going to be fairly good.
For sure. Did you catch how many production companies got working on this?
No.
They have three major ones. I can't remember the first one. I think it's the regular. I think it's Steven Jackson Production Company. Plus you have MGM working on it. Plus on top of it, you got New Line Cinema. And that's just to begin with.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, I guess they assume that
It's
it's
gonna
going to
look-
make a lot of money.
It's gonna look so pretty, so very pretty. But anyways, first knee-jerk reactions. What do you think? Like,
I don't know. The Hobbit. Why couldn't they make this one movie?
money, garbage trucks, money,
Why did we break this into 3?
money.
No, I know that some of this is yes, they are giving us the Hobbit, but they're also bringing us a little bit more backstory to lead us up to Lord of the Rings.
Exactly.
Now the question
In
is,
a good way. I gotta tell you, I really have to tell you, everyone who's been watching the show for the last little while knows my absolute despisable negativity towards the first 3 Star Wars.
Wait, which first 3?
Episodes 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay.
Yes, the first 3. Now, the funny thing is that they're doing the same thing, but I think they're doing it in a better way.
Oh, much better way.
Exactly. So because of that, I'm excited about this particular trilogy.
Now that Disney has Star Wars, could we possibly see this from Star Wars? Of remaking that?
My honest opinion,
Probably not.
no. Why? Because basically the reason why Star Wars worked episodes 4, 5, and 6
Yep.
is because it came across that time where movie making, it was an art. Yes, it was a business, but there was art behind it. And because of that, they flew to different locations, they got real-time special effects, they also were using the very best of special effects of the time period to enhance the story, everything else like that. Problem with Disney, too much in visuals. Because they're there to wow the kids. We're talking kids between like 9 to 13. And the story aspect's not quite there. Proof of the pudding is this. Look what happened in Lone Ranger. You don't get much simpler than a friggin' Western. And that was, hold on. That was produced by Disney. And they missed the boat on that.
But who's the executive producer on that one?
Well, it's Jerry Bruckheimer. But however, the funny thing is that it's Disney paying the bills. So the thing is that Disney missed the boat on that. Number 1. Number 2, one of my favorite movies that I really liked a lot, didn't do so well, which is John Connor. Again, we're talking about one of the very first science fiction franchises because of books and everything else like that.
Yep.
Again, another Disney production. They screwed that up. Done. Plus, on top of that, a lot of people, as pirates continue on, are not liking the pirate series. So that's number 3. So the thing is that as we're looking at the actual writing aspect of things, Star Wars was based on character development, storytelling, directing, and special effects. Disney seems to have that reversed order. And because of that, that's why I don't think Star Wars is going to do so well. And also on top of that, J.J. Abrams is only signed on to do one only production. That's it. And Star Wars is actually, I believe, was based around a trilogy when it first came out. They started halfway through the series just to see if it would work or not, and then they could have ended it at number 4, and that would have been it. But however, they left the strings open for another part, and because of that, people wanted to see more. I'm not hearing those key phrases being used with the whole fan sphere of everything.
No.
So because of that, the magic of Star Wars, in my opinion, will be lost until they come back to that. Because the funny thing is, the reason why a lot of the special effects worked and everything else has worked together is because they couldn't push the limits as far as they could. Today, you can take everyone's imagination, plop it on film, and boom, you're done type of thing. But the funny thing is, overall, like a perfect example, when the Luke's hover thingy that it drove around in the episode 4, I forget what it's called. It's the brown thing, and basically
Just land speeder?
Thank you, the land speeder. The funny thing is that you know the special effects underneath the land speeder came from? Did you know?
No.
I will tell you. The thing is that when they were shooting it, they had it on wheels, and they couldn't take the wheels out. So what they did is they took Vaseline and put it in the bottom of the lens, thus blurring it. Thus it looked like the land speeder had this cushion of air it was driving on. That is only things you could do immediately on a set.
Yeah.
And that is some of the real-time happy accidents that Lucas did not run with anymore. And on top of that, that is what made Star Wars Star Wars. It was organic. It was great. It worked. And plus, on top of it, when it came out, it was supposed to be a B movie. It wasn't until the people at Fox really started boosting it up and started pushing it home. Then it became a cultural phenomenon. But however, this is why I think the next couple of Star Wars films are going to be complete crap. Because again, when it all comes down to it, they're pushing toys.
Yep.
Instead of the toys being the tail end of the aspect, the toys now in the beginning of the train versus the back. I think that's where the magic is being lost.
Yep.
Because the thing is, that how can you develop new characters? You can't. You just can't. Like, one of the few things that made me sick to my stomach is that here I am watching 3 movies, and I'm going, great. We finally get to explore new characters, put the whole thing together, not a problem. We didn't get these new characters.
No, we really didn't.
No, we didn't. And the reason for that is because all the franchise stuff that's associated with Star Wars. Because they have to push the toys out.
Yep.
So the thing is that we got a couple new characters, but they died off really quickly. And they focused on the main ones, which is the opening Kenobi, Darth Vader, and all the rest of the stuff like that. Which is like, wow.
I don't know. We kept Padme through until the very end.
Oh, exactly.
But we kind of had to.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, R2-D2 and C-3PO came into the actual picture, which is also interesting.
That's true. They got quite a bit of screen time for that.
They did. Plus, on top of that, it seemed to be like even Jabba the Hutt, for goodness sakes, made an appearance. Also, on top of that, we discover where all the actual clones came from. Boba Fett, his dad, Jango Fett, which is a stupid name if you ask me. So it's like, we didn't get anything new. We got a complete rehash. It was like, wow, this is bad.
Oh, well.
Yeah, no, for sure. But however, we move forward. You know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Not often. But the funny thing is that it'd be very interesting how that moves forward from here.
Definitely.
Yeah, so that coming up, the new Hobbit's coming out. I personally think it looks like a lot of fun. Should be really, really played on the screen. But of course, every time I like a movie, it flops horribly. So I'm trying not to give any recipient bumps, if you know what I mean, because I really want this to work to see how it works well. But I don't know. I'm liking what I'm seeing. It looks like a lot of fun. So, but of course, I'm caught up very easily when it comes to fun stuff like this. So again, should be interesting when it comes out. And that's basically it's also coming out this year, December 13th.
Yeah,
So
gotta have it out for the Christmas season.
You got it. So circle it around the calendar. Head on out to it. Remember to see it at your local favorite independent movie theater because the big box guys don't need your money. They don't. So moving forward, and speaking of sequels, a remake's popping up on my radar.
Uh-oh.
Poltergeist. It's coming back.
Poltergeist. I heard about that. I don't know if it needs a remake.
Well, it certainly looks like someone at the higher up the movie studio certainly says, hey, we're going to make this a remake. It's like, oh, really?
Like, I'm sure you could add a couple of nicer special effects and clean it up a bit, but really, do you need to go back and hit this again?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that what it comes down to as well is it seems to be taking the magic of what the 80s production put into it, just suck it all out. I'm expecting a toy line.
You know what? We can make this awesome. We can have Dan Aykroyd show up. We can have we can have Bill Murray. We can have
as a CGI spirit.
What are you talking about? We got to bring those guys out, full proton packs, everything.
For sure, for sure. Now, with that being said, I've done a lot of talking so far with the movie segment. Anything on your end by chance?
Movies. What do we have? More Star Wars stuff. They're bringing in more people. They're trying to. There's possibly going to be a new Chewbacca.
Oh, good.
They're gonna make. Yeah. Harry Potter is getting more spin-offs.
I heard about this. One of the few things. What I heard about this is that I think it's Warner Brothers who produced.
Yeah, it's Warner Brothers.
And Warner Brothers went through, part of my foreign language, a shit ton of copyrights recently. Like a ton of trademarks. Just done everything. So that's leaving speculation. A bunch of spin-offs coming down the road.
Because, well, what did they just lose? You just lost your Dark Knight series. That's over and done with. Your, 8 movies of Harry Potter are now over and done with? Gone?
Yep. Done. Bookend. Yep.
It's like, oh no, where are we going to make money off of our movies?
Yeah.
Well, we still have Harry Potter. We can just change the character, go back.
Potter universe.
We'll put a little pink bow on top and call it pretty.
It's so pretty.
I don't know. I really don't know. I think you've kind of sucked it dry.
Yeah, the funny thing is, I think you're now entering into my particular
Twilight
Star
Zone?
Wars phase I was talking about from earlier. Just imagine taking all my discontent with Star Wars, take the word Star Wars out, and put Harry Potter in. That would be interesting.
Yeah, that would definitely be something.
There we go. No, that's pretty cool. And also on top of that, on some more lighter news, because hell, it's Michael Bay. We really can't get too in-depth
Oh
with
no,
this.
Michael Bay!
Michael Bay has released new stills from the Transformers 4 set that's coming out. Plus on top there's a video online somewhere about him blowing up stuff. So I'm not
okay, so it's just more things blowing up?
What's that?
It's just more blowing things up, so...
Yeah, pretty much. And the funny thing is, when I first saw it, it was basically this one thing blowing up. And then the next video I saw, it's more things blowing up with a spaceship in front of it. I'm going, oh, why are they doing this? I'm like, no.
Oh.
But, however, the one happy part from all this is that supposedly Michael Bay's digging deep into the actual into the Transformers mythos and supposedly bringing out Dinobots.
Wait, how is he bringing in the Dinobots into this one? It's like... I'm sorry.
How they work Mark Wagner in the mix? I don't know. Marky Mark.
No clue.
Neither do I.
As long as we get rid of Shia LaBeouf.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Gone.
Okay.
It's replaced by Marky Mark.
Marky Mark?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's possible.
That's going to be garbage.
Well, you know what? It'll have explosions. You know what? There we go. We can create a drinking game for the Michael Bay Transformers movie. Every time there's an explosion on screen, you must finish your drink.
And we have to put a primer around this. You have to do the drinking game in the theater.
Yeah.
You have to sneak it in, kids.
Yeah.
Why? Because one of the few things about being part of the whole 80s and 90s movie scene is sneaking into the theater and watching it. So this time around, sneak in the alcohol. Don't blame us, and we take no liabilities. So, all right, then. So that being said, let's move into the top 5 movies that did well over the weekend, shall we?
Yep.
All right, number 5, the comedy called Don John. There we go. Coming in at $8 million, as far as I can tell.
Don
This
John,
is kind of funny.
That's good.
It should be pretty decent. I personally say see it on a Tuesday night special, which is tonight, by the way.
Yep.
And also coming in at the $9 million mark, it is Baggage Claim, new comedy coming out as well that opened up over the weekend. Seems to be pretty cool. Again, haha, funniness. Now here comes the funny part. Went from 8 million to 9 million. Coming in at number 3, Ron Howard's new movie called Rush. That coming in at $10 million. So this is working. Very interesting here. Now here comes why we're in a movies jump. The number 1 movie. Oh no, number 2. Sorry. Number 2 almost jumped the shark there.
Yeah.
A little bit. At 11 million. So $8, $9, $11 million. Called The Prisoner. Again, it's a drama thriller. So pretty good stuff. Now the number 1 film, which we're talking about, can you guess what category the number 1 film's coming from?
It's going to be coming from the family-oriented
There you go.
animation.
There you go. Family animation fun that opened up over the weekend, and that would be Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. You ready for this? This came in at $34 million.
34.
Yeah.
So we just jumped from 11 to 34 here.
Yep. So basically, this movie has made more money than all of the top 4 combined in one weekend.
In one weekend.
Yeah. Boom. Done. And of course, opening up this weekend as well. Oh wow, this is upside down, which is kind of funny. All right, so there we go. Flip my note that way. By the way, we make notes here.
Yes.
Reading off stuff. So anyways, opening over the weekend is, first off, it's called Pulling Strings. Coming out, should be very interesting, comedy / horror type of movie. There's another movie coming out called it's called Runner. So it should be interesting. Justin Timberlake is starring in it. So it should be interesting what this is. I personally think this might be Logan's Run as a remake, but I don't know.
It looks like a Logan's Run remake.
I hope it's not, but we'll see if they gems in people's hands and see if they're age of 30. Should be interesting. And of course, the number 1 movie that everyone's talking about that's opening up over the weekend called Gravity, which I think is stupid. It's stupid.
I don't. Yeah.
Sandra Bullock plays an astronaut. with what's his name? George. What's his name?
Clooney.
Yeah, George Clooney. Yeah, that freaking guy. That operation on his balls.
I don't know.
This looks stupid.
I don't.
I'm an astronaut in space. All right, got hit by an asteroid. Guess what? You're screwed. You're done.
That pretty much covers it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're done.
So that was a short film.
Yeah. But they're making it, of course, a 2-hour masterpiece. Hopefully, there'll be no prequels or sequels. But it's just
you know what?
really silly.
You know what? Why don't we just go and turn this into a Thunderbirds movie?
Yeah.
That would actually be interesting.
That would rock, man.
like a good Thunderbirds movie, not the one that they made recently.
Yeah.
Screw that. Make this a real one. That I would go and see.
No, I totally agree. Plus, on top of opening up in limited release is Parkland, which is very interesting because this is dealing with the U.S. economy that's taking place. Plus, on top of everyone has been paying attention towards the news. The White House is now shut, which is very interesting.
Oh, it's shut?
It's shut, yep. It's
Why is it shut?
It's closed because the two parties could not basically come to terms on Obamacare. So, interesting. Very interesting. And of course, on top, the last movie that's coming out, limited release, of course, is ACOD. So that should be kind of interesting. So, well, that being said, folks, that's our show. We're 20 minutes in overtime. Hopefully, everyone enjoyed what was going on today. We do apologize for being a little bit late, but however, as we like to say before, this is us as you. Thank you very much for joining us once again here on the Weekly Trending Fandom Show, where we talk about everything that's fantastic in the fandom sphere, which encompasses comic books, gaming, TV shows, and movies. And hopefully you'll be tuning us with us next week at the same time, which is Tuesdays, 12 until 2 here on CKM and Sound FM. 100.3 on the FM dial if you have a radio, and if you don't, you can always watch us on the... You can always hear us, not watch us, on Rogers Television Network, which is on number 46. Plus, on top, you can always see us live on our website, which is www.wtfshow.com/live. Plus, on top of it, you can always hear us at the station's website, which is www.soundfm.ca. Plus, on top of all of that, you can follow all of our creation shenanigans from week to week on our Facebook page, which is www.wtfshow.com/Facebook. Well, that being said, thank you very much for joining us for today. And I'm feeling like lunch. Let's get out of here. All right. So let's cut it. See you guys. Bye.
Later.